Welcome back to the program. I'm Yogitalamai in Mumbai. Now, there are more movies made here in India than anywhere else in the world. But the country's always been low on cinema screens, with people here more likely to watch films on television, DVD, and more recently, online. Now, though, the number of cinemas is growing, especially multiplexes. And it's not just in the big cities. One of the firms that's expanding rapidly is the Carnival Group, and is putting a lot of its focus on smaller towns. Sameer Hashmi caught up with Carnival's chairman Shrikant Bhasi and asked him why.
In smaller town, people need entertainment, okay, and they travel 200 to 300 kilometers from that town to have this entertainment. That's one of the reasons. You'll find in next 2 years almost 1,000 screens will get added, okay, because people realize there's a clear space, in this segment. So now you'll see that more and more people are getting into the smaller town.
The challenge really is you can't charge them $3 or $4 for a movie ticket. They can't pay that. So how are you going to make money over there?
Absolutely. It's not possible at all to charge $3 to $4 or $5 in this town. That's one of the reasons we are putting up a multiplex which will have say 2 to 3 screens, a food counter, and the construction of the entire setup. We are going to keep it in such a way that we are not going to charge more than $1. But what we're going to get in return is the occupancy rate. Today in metro, the average occupancy is coming to almost 40 to 45%, whereas we expect that in a smaller town the occupancy is going to be much above 60 to 70%.
Now in India you mostly find multiplexes inside shopping centers. You rarely find standalone multiplexes here. Why is that?
The mall is a place where you find the people are coming, and so you have an automatic footfall. So, and plus, yes, if you imagine if you want to set up a independent multiplex in a place like Mumbai or Delhi, the metros, the capital expenditure is going to be so high. So then you have to charge something like $20, $25, which is very difficult for the people to pay, and then your occupancies will go down.
Now a lot of international companies are looking at this industry pretty closely. You have Mexico-based Cinépolis, which is expanding rapidly. So how is the entry of international players going to change this industry, and how is it going to affect domestic companies like yours?
If you compare India with China, we are much behind in terms of number of multiplex. So we want more and more international players to come into this country, okay, because that will give a competition, a very healthy competition, and second, the smaller town, the people can have good entertainment. So it's a very healthy sign.
Now you're also a movie producer and you're expanding your exhibition business. So are we going to see this trend going ahead where exhibition companies get into production and vice versa?
Absolutely. When you have an exhibition facility, okay, so you need to rely on the content. So it is always better to have a participation on the content side as well. I don't want to get into the creative side of the movie, because that we should leave it to the creative people. But yes, when it comes to a content, because you need a content to run your theatres. So of course there has to be some participation in the production side as well.
Shrikant Bhasi of the Carnival Group speaking to Sameer Hashmi there. Now let's take a look at what's been making business headlines around the country this week.